don't know if anybody else has ever told you this before, but I want you to know that you are consciousness. You are consciousness. You are the awareness of being a human being, because you are a human being. So in the Bible, they talked about me and my Father are one. And who is the Father? The Father is your consciousness, the divine, the most high. And when we come to the conclusion that we all have a collective consciousness and we're all just individualized sources of that same level of consciousness, we can start to realize that we can really change our own lives. We can really determine our own destinies, in the sense that we can shift and mold and change the way our reality looks for us. Because once I understand that I am consciousness and that I am one with consciousness and that me and consciousness are not separate, when I embody the energy of being the consciousness, being the awareness of being, then I can co-create 111. I can co-create with that consciousness and create the desired reality that I want to. You see, when you separate yourselves from the divine consciousness, you see yourself as something apart from it. But consciousness is not something that is apart from you. It's something that is a part of you. Let me say that again. Consciousness is not something that is apart from you. It is something that is a part of you. It is you in divine form, you in consciousness. But the thing is, a lot of us don't operate in the divine consciousness. We operate in the lower frequencies of the versions of ourselves that we used to be and that we're clinging on to, that are trapped in trauma, fear, doubts, worries, and anxieties. So we can never step into divine consciousness, divine oneness. That's what it's called when you realize who you are. When you step back into authenticity, is stepping back into the oneness with the consciousness. Let me break this down and give you a little analogy, right? So when someone's not breathing anymore and someone feels lightheaded and they pass out, what is that called? It's called being unconscious. So now the divine is not operating through that vessel anymore. It's not flowing through that vessel. There's nothing being expressed. You see, expression is the divine consciousness in action, and the expression is through you. So if you're not actively expressing, you're not actively being in the consciousness. So if you're sleeping on a non-physical level, a lot of us are sleeping inside internally on our consciousness. You're asleep on yourself. You're asleep on your own divine consciousness. Isn't that crazy? You're asleep on yourself. You don't know your own internal powers. You don't realize how powerful that you are and what you can create in your own reality. You've been sitting back and waiting for something to come save you, or to come rescue you and to fix your problems. And you've been too attached, 333, you've been too attached to what you've been through, instead of letting that all go, releasing that, resurrecting yourself from within. You see, all of us have the ability to resurrect ourselves from within. You know why? Because we're all consciousness. Resurrection requires death before birth. So before you come back, something has to die. Those old beliefs have to die. Those old fears have to die. Those old worries have to die. All that has to die and be resurrected and brought back to life. And something has to be brought in the new light. And that new light is the new version of yourself that's more aligned in the consciousness of the divine. Because that consciousness lives inside you. Consciousness is the divine. God is consciousness. You are one, not separate from that consciousness. Therefore, you and the consciousness are one. And when you come to an understanding that you are the awareness of being aware, and you sit in stillness and you realize that none of those thoughts are you, none of those habits are you, none of those behaviors are actually you. You came here to live and have a human experience, and then also come to the realization who you really are. Not a lot of people in this lifetime, in their next lifetime, in millions of lifetimes will ever realize that they're the consciousness. That they are the divine manifested in human form. They will never understand that. But you've found this message, and you're getting closer and closer to you becoming one with self again. Because those who operate in this consciousness have this superpower to where they can literally call in anything that they want. Because once you understand that you're the consciousness, and in that consciousness, you understand that when I say I am, it's saying that I am the consciousness, I am the divine in essence, and I come to an agreement with the thing that I desire. I say I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am love. And I start to embody the thing that I desire. I start to embody the feelings of the reality that I want to live in. And I exude that energy out. And guess what? My reality has no choice but to bring that to me physically. It has no choice. It will show up for me regardless. Because once I come to an agreement with the consciousness within me, and it all aligns spiritually, mentally, and physically, it all will come together. But you know what's the biggest thing that's blocking you? You're holding on too deeply to your past. You're holding on too deeply to fears. Your nervous system isn't quite regulated as it needs to be. You see, the divine, the consciousness flows through you. It cannot flow through a vessel that's not ready to receive it, to embody it. So to embody feelings is to embody the divine. It's to embody your higher self. So those doubts, those fears, that scarcity mindset that you're having is blocking you from stepping into your divine truth, your divine reality. Because I want you to understand that everything that you're experiencing right now is a byproduct of yourself. As human beings, we want to blame, point the finger, make it someone else's problem. But at the end of the day, the day ends. And when are we going to take full responsibility for how our lives are right now? When are we going to take full responsibility to understand that we are the consciousness and we create our own realities? Not completely, because we never know how it's fully going to show up and who's going to be filling the shoes for the things that we desire, or what's going to be filling the shoes. But we can create and generate the feeling of the thing that we want so that it can show up physically. It may not be exactly what we imagined and pictured, but it's going to be perfect for us, right? So if I come in alignment with myself and I understand that, hey, I am the consciousness. And then when I understand that I am the consciousness and I come in an agreement with myself that I am abundant, I am prosperous, I am calm, I am gentle, I am love, I'm confident, I am strength. That is my consciousness that dwells inside of me, coming into agreement with the thing that I desire. I desire to be love. I desire to be peace. I desire to be abundant. So therefore, I have to embody those things before those things can show up on the physical. You see, a lot of us are out here asking and begging for something. I want you to understand that the things that you desire don't need for you to beg for them. The things that you want don't need for you to plead and beg and hope and wish that one day it's going to show up and there's this higher power that's just going to gift it to you. I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing that you need to beg for, that because what you desire is already yours. As long as it's for a greater good, for yourself, for humanity, it's already yours. All you have to do is claim it. That is a huge part of it. You claim it for yourself. And how do you claim it? Like I said, you understand that you are the awareness. You understand that you are the awareness. You come to agreement with that awareness within yourself. Come together. And then after you come to that agreement, you claim it. You embody the feelings. You act as if you already have it. Even if it requires you to be delusional, you act as if you already have it. A lot of us are like, yeah, I imagine myself doing that one day. That's a good start. Yeah, you should imagine, picture, because imagination is going to lead you to the feelings that you have in order when you get that thing. But I want you to say, hey, I already have that. I already have the thing that I desire. And you don't need to say it out loud, because a lot of people will reflect back to you some of the fears that you may have before you have this thing, so they may downplay you. You don't need anyone blocking your blessings. So sometimes you got to keep things to yourself. In this process of co-creating and creating your reality with the divine consciousness that dwells within you, you have to keep this process a secret with self. You have to keep this process a secret with yourself, because most people are not going to understand. Most people are either going to project their own insecurities, their own fears onto you, or they're just going to reflect back the things that you're fearing deep down on a subconscious level. Because this process is going to require you to shed layers. It's not going to be just like, I'm confident and I'm embodying the thing I desire without fear coming up. If you've been in a scarcity mindset when it comes to finances, when it comes to abundance, of course, embodying the feeling of abundance is going to feel scary. You're not going to know what to do at first. You're going to always be wondering, am I doing this right? But there's no right or wrong. You understand? There's no right or wrong with anything. But I want you to detach yourself way more from this human experience. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love me a good human experience, but we came here to be aware of the consciousness that dwells inside of us. And a lot of us are looking up and outside for the divine, when the divine has always dwelled inside of us. Because when you ask for answers, where does it come from? It comes from within you, not without. The deepest answers, the intuition is the consciousness. The intuition is the consciousness. The consciousness is the awareness. When you sit in silence and your mind finally quiets down, that is the awareness. That is the consciousness. I'm not talking about the ego when the mind's going crazy. I'm talking about the awareness, the all, the omnipresent, omnipotent, everywhere and everything all at once. Inside your mind. That's what power dwells within you. And I've had this disdain for lowering yourself below, something that you claim is something higher than yourself. The most high is something that dwells inside of you. The consciousness, God, is something that dwells inside of you. You are one. For the kingdom of heaven lives within you. Seek ye the kingdom of heaven. So seek the God within you. Seek the consciousness within you. Seek the awareness within you. Seek the stillness within you. Seek the intuition within you. And then come to agreement with the things that you desire, so you can start living in the reality that you deserve. It's literally as simple as that. Simple, but yet complicated. You and consciousness are one. You're not separate from consciousness. Consciousness is within you. But some of us sleep on our own consciousness, meaning we're awake physically, but sleep spiritually. Sleep. That's why they call it the spiritual awakening. You know what the spiritual awakening is? It's awakening to the fact and the knowledge that you are consciousness. It's coming to this awareness like, wow, this is a human experience. This is not really me, because the true me is consciousness. It's not physical. I'm not what I am. I am that I am. I'm not physical in nature. I'm experiencing a physical nature of myself. And I get to see other representations of me, the consciousness I am, within others. In all different ways. All different polarities of the spectrum of life. But because of the things that humans go through, they can exude what is considered sinful nature by human standards. But what I consider was considered sinful is like you not stepping into the alignment with your consciousness. You not understand that you and the consciousness are one. One consciousness, one collective, sprouted into different versions of collectives. Different little, individualized collectives as well. Because everyone's on a different frequency. Everyone's living in a different realm these days. So if you understand that you are consciousness and you embody the things that you desire through feeling, because feeling is your superpower. Feeling is going to get you to the road, pave the road to where you need to go. Feeling is the gas that you need to put in your car, meaning your vessel, your body, in order to get you to your destination. Feeling is in your nervous system, right? You feel through your body. You feel through your senses. You feel through your senses. If I can feel it, I can have it. So if I can embody the feeling of the things I desire, that means I have it. I have it already. I don't need to wait for the thing to come in order for me to have it. It's already here. Just know everything that you desire is already within you. You just have to tap into the energy of being able to bring it to you in the physical. So that's going to be it for the Message of the Light of Jah. I appreciate y'all. Remember, you and the consciousness are one. Y'all are one. It's not separate. And you can co-create and create anything that you desire in this world. Just don't be too picky because you don't know how it's going to show up. Ashe and amen.